driving down the lane.
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La Salle.
All alone. Scott got it. Great look by Coach to break down the defense.
For each of the next 8 Saturday nights, championships are on the line in the state of Indiana. We begin this evening with the opening round of the Indiana High School Girls Basketball State Tournament. It is the sectional championship in this 2A classification at Cascade High School. They'll be the visiting team on the scoreboard, but it's their logo at the center of the floor. The Cascade Cadets at 12-12 against longtime conference rival South Putnam. These two teams have played twice this season. They have split the two meetings, and South Putt, the defending sectional champions. Thanks for joining us here on the ISC Sports Network, a presence of Endeavor Communications. Alongside Mike Walensky, Greg Rakestraw with you. A pleasure, as always, to be with you. And again, the records might indicate that South Putnam will be the heavy favorite here. Don't consider them to be. They're a very good basketball team, but Mike, they've played twice. They've split both meetings. You could say the same thing last year. We expect this one to go down to the wire.
We do, and one thing that you have to think about in this ball game for David Carpenter's Lady Cadets from Cascade is the fact, Greg, they have 7 seniors, and when one game is on the line, when it's advance and survive, seniors tend to play up. For South Putnam, their situation is also unique in the sense that they're defending sectional champions. So that's got to be a plus.
For South Putnam, we talked about going down to the wire. It's exactly what happened in last night's game against Western Boone. In fact, South Putnam trailed with 10 seconds left to go in that game. It was a putback basket by their leading scorer in junior Caitlin Capps. She had 21 last night. Her last 2, a game winner to give South Putnam the 54-53 victory.
Brian Gardner has to feel very good about his chances at this point, attempting to defend the sectional championship because of the fact that when a close game, as you mentioned, also they've won 9 out of 10. They are on a roll.
It's a Cascade team that, not counting this year, but the previous 2 years, won a combined total of 33 games, but could never get over the hump in the sectional. Frankly, they were surprised in the sectional semis by South Putnam last year. After Cascade won in the regular season by more than 20, South Putnam beat them by 11 on their way to what was their first sectional title at the time in some 12 seasons. You referenced the amount of seniors on this Cascade team. I guarantee you they've been thinking about this potential matchup for the last 12 months.
Yeah, they have probably circled this for a long time, and Cascade coming into this ball game, Greg, is 7-3. Now, both ball clubs have some outstanding leadership. Now the question is, can they play at an efficient level? Can they go after it? And how much effect will officials have in this ball game here in a sectional championship with a good crowd behind them?
And I've had the pleasure of calling a Cascade game earlier this year, and what is unique about this Cascade team, triplets, the Bryant sisters, 2-star. Olivia is the leading scorer. Amelia is the leading rebounder. Sophie will see time off the bench. I want to talk about a bond of seniors. How about a bond of triplets, knowing this could be the last time they ever get to play basketball together?
Well, that's a big plus for Cascade and their ball club when you've got triplets playing with each other, understand one another, and for both these programs, having kids who have played grassroots basketball together. But again, the question is how much depth will play into this basketball team, because both coaches don't generally play more than 6 or 7 players. And that's what makes it really exciting about this. We finally have a situation here where this basketball game could go either way.
We talk about the fact that South Putnam had to go to the wire to beat Webo last night. Not so much the case for the Cadets. They were 50-32 winners over Monrovia in last night's first semifinal, so they might be a little bit more rested. And again, playing on home rims on their home court. Does all of that play a factor into this evening's contest? Mike, you had a couple of keys to tonight's game. What would it be?
Well, first of all, I think rebounding is going to be a significant factor in this ball game, but more importantly, perimeter. You've got to have good perimeter offense. Somebody's got to start knocking down shots to be able to withstand some runs. Secondly, you've got to defend. When it's one and done, the team that plays the best defense wins the game, and you have to finish in transition. If you can finish in transition, you've got a chance. And by doing that, you've got to turn turnovers. It all goes back to playing defense.
The Eagles looking for back-to-back sectional titles for the first time since a pair of 20-plus win seasons in both 2004 and 2005. Cascade looking for a first girls basketball sectional title since 2007. That'll do it for our Endeavor Communications pregame show. Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years. We'll take this quick timeout when we come back. Starting lineup, tonight's officials and opening tip-off, and there's a State of Indiana trophy that goes to the winner of tonight's game. 2A sectional final from Cascade. It comes your way next as you're watching high school girls basketball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
It hits the rim right as the light goes in.
Hogan across the middle, finds the end zone, touchdown.
Wow. Denard looking to throw this time. Going deep down the field, he's got Fusich. Look at this one again. Time will expire and the Gophers will win.
Is on the board. The North wins 10-7.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit WeEndeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Back at Cascade High School, let's thank our tremendous MTC Sports crew. This is the second half of a doubleheader for them. Frankly, it is for Mike and I. We just kind of goof around and talk hoops. Those guys do the actual work. Thank you very much, fellas, for the hard work throughout the course of the day. Time now to meet the starting lineups in tonight's contest. We'll show you both lineups at the exact same time. Again, Bryant and Rasnick are the two double-digit per-game scorers for this Cascade team. You take a look at South Putnam. South Putnam has a lot of interchangeable pieces. Again, Capps, not the tallest player, but one of the stronger players. And even though they're not all that tall at South Putnam, they were great on the glass last night, Mike. They out-rebounded Weibo by 9, and clearly that last board is what won them the game.
And what's very important for South Putnam coming into this contest, Craig, defensively they're awfully good. They've been averaging giving up just 44.7 points a game while scoring 57.3. So they can defend and they can put up points on the board. They're a really good ball club. It's why they're 18-5.
Let's introduce you to the head coaches in tonight's contest. David Carpenter is in his third year as the head coach at Cascade High School. Again, 12-12 his record this year. This is a team that lost their first 6 games, so just fighting to get back to 500 and keep their season alive. Quite the accomplishment for the third-year head coach. And Brian Gardner is the head coach at South Putnam. Again, they were 15-11 as sectional champions a season ago. They are 18-5 this year, he too, in his third season as the head coach at South Putnam. An outstanding officiating crew has been put together by the IHSAA for this sectional championship. Always going to see my buddy Mark Hopper be on the crew for tonight's contest. We luckily had Mark on our boys basketball game between Lafayette, Jeff, and McCutcheon on Thursday. Kevin Fetterman and Larry Sanders round out our three-man crew for this evening's contest at Cascade. We appreciate the folks at Cascade, their hospitality. Athletic Director Scott Stevens, Principal John Acton, we appreciate them having us out for this championship game. Thank you for watching on the ISC Sports Network, and we are underway. The Cadets are on the attack. South Putnam starts off in a man-to-man.
Yeah, right off the bat, they go to the man-to-man defense. We talked about how effective they are. If they could turn the ball over early and get off to a good start, they'll have a chance. Great deep post play by Cascade.
Rasnick couldn't get the shot to go. Good rebound, though, by Bryant. And a foul whistled against South Putnam. Bryant last night nearly had a double-double, had 8 points and 10 boards.
Solid effort on the board by Cascade. That's number 24, Amelia Bryant. She's the person that's going to have to fill up some space for the Cadets.
And a basket for Cascade. So Norris with the bucket. And it's 2-0 Cascade. And Cascade won 58-55 when they played here on December the 16th. It is ruled that Rasnick committed a foul. Thought she got some ball, however. Going to be 2 free throws coming up for South Putnam and Miranda Bigler.
South Putnam understands in transition when they get the ball with numbers in the middle of the court and spacing, they can attack the rim.
Free throw up and no good, and free throws a problem last night for South Put. They went 13 of 21 in their 1-point victory. Bigler, a senior, and makes 1 of 2. Outstanding crowd made the short drive up US 40 from South Put. These two schools have been conference rivals forever, both in the West Central Conference and now in the Western Indiana Conference. They are in different divisions of the Western Indiana Conference. Cascade in the East, South Putnam in the West, almost a turnover. Cascade averaging 14 turnovers a contest. This is Rasnick. An offensive foul is called on Rasnick, and quickly that's 2 fouls on Cascade's second leading scorer.
Lily Stein did a really good job defensively, number 35, getting solid against Rasnick. She has to take to the bench with her second foul, and Cascade is forced to make a change as David Carpenter has to seek some solutions off the bench.
So there are now more Bryants on the floor than there are not for Cascade, as Sophie Bryant, who has started for a good chunk of the year, is now on the floor. So all 3 of the Bryant triplets in the game for Cascade. On the bounce, this is Stein. Now Capps going to work. Throws it off the window with the idea of I'm gonna go get it. Couldn't grab that one. Jump ball though, then the arrow will keep it here to South Putnam.
You can see why the Lady Cadets have a pretty competitive team, because Amelia Bryant, number 24, does a really good job defensively helping out. They doubled down on the post, and they forced a bad shot from the Eagles.
And there is not that much that separates these two teams. 3 taken by South Putnam and rattled home. Alexis Vanahill, sophomore guard.
Great shot by Vanahill, because there's a lot of pressure being applied by the Cadets, and particularly Norris, 22, doing a good job getting out in the shooter. She just shot it over the top.
And making threes an issue for South Putnam. Making any shot was an issue last night for South Putnam. They were 3 of 20 from 3-point range a night ago. Tap out by Bryant. That is Sophie that taps it to her sister Olivia to track it down. We may go Brazilian soccer star and go on a first name basis when the Bryants have the basketball.
And Olivia Bryant, number 13, averaging nearly 16 points a game. She'll look for a shot. She can create on her own, though. She can handle the ball very well.
This is Amelia. She's more comfortable down low. Olivia will let it fire from the wing. That is Taylor Norris that took that shot and missed it.
And Taylor Norris had to take a crow step before she shot the ball. That means she felt the pressure early on. And to South Putnam's credit, they put enough pressure on her to take a bad shot.
Norris had 10 points in last night's victory against Monrovia. A game where the Cadets were really never seriously threatened in that game by the Bulldogs. On the drive, and that's going to be steps called. Drug that pivot foot. Each team now has turned it over. That is senior guard Lily Stein.
Olivia Bryant did a good job defensively, sliding her legs and forcing Bryant to pick up the dribble, and then she slid the foot.
Full court pressure applied by South Putnam. And almost, in fact, it is a turnover. South Putnam on the attack. Offensive foul to call. Bryant hustles back to take the charge.
Miranda Bigler lowered her shoulder, and I think that's the only reason why they were able to draw the foul here, is as you take a look at it, looked like she had an open run to the bucket, and she lowers the left shoulder into the defender. Good job by Amelia Bryant drawing the foul.
Another turnover created by this full court pressure. Stein the takeaway. Short corner baseline shot does not go. Norris the rebound and tries to beat the pressure up the floor and draws a foul. This is Alex Bratcher, another sophomore guard, that picks up the whistle. We're playing in a scrappy game, reminiscent of what was last night for South Putnam. South Putt and Webo combined to go 8 of 52 from the field in the first half last night. 18-13 was the score at halftime in favor of the Stars. It was a grinder last night for South Putnam. Norris finds some room and scores.
Norris doing a good job breaking down the defense, putting a little bit of stress on Caitlin Capps defensively, number 33 for the Lady Eagles.
Norris has all 4 points for Cascade. Stein a triple. Got it. Two made threes for South Putnam.
Yeah, she's a good shooter. Early on the season, she was averaging over 12.5 points a ball game.
3, no for Bryant. And Stein the uncontested board. Bigler looking to get down on the act. Capps will go to work and misses. But you'll take that look every time down if you're South Putt.
No question about it. She had single coverage in there, turned on the soft short hook.
That is a 2 that does not go. And out of bounds to South Putnam.
We're seeing an excellent basketball game here. There's just too much space as she went underneath the screen. You've got to go over the top, and Lily Stein made her pay for it as the Eagles knocked down 3, thinking of the Super Bowl with the Patriots.
Nobody wants the Patriots to win, Mike. Bigler, shot no good, and frankly, South Putnam's had better look from 20 feet away than they have from 2. Bryant on the drive. It's Norris trying to go block to block. That's a risky play anytime, but especially when you play a team that is as active as South Putnam is.
On the other end, Amelia Bryant, number 24. She's listed 5'10", but she plays a lot taller. She's got long arms. She does a really good job rebounding the basketball for the Cadets.
Kicked ball is the call. Cascade will try this again. Each of these teams finished in 3rd place in their respective divisions. We were here when Cascade was playing the best team in this league from a girls basketball standpoint, Owen Valley, who's been ranked in 3A most of the year. They were unbeaten when they played here at Cascade on December the 15th. And steps called, and Cascade now has turned it over 4 times, and nearly going to this one.
Out of the inbounds there, running a man-to-man defense, so Cascade figures off the inbounds pass. Let's go one-on-one, take it to the bucket, but they got called for traveling.
You see Rasnick back on the floor, so Cascade will roll the dice. She had 2 quick fouls. They'll bring her back in. She's a key piece of their offense that's been missing.
No doubt about it. She averages 12.8 points a game. She's a good free throw shooter, too, at about 77%.
Allie Nichols in for the first time as well for South Putt. They did not have a point off the bench in last night's game. Stein again. The triple, got it, and they have made as many threes tonight as they did for the entire game last night. We played 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
And she's a senior. Stein gets space, and then they go the other way for the bucket.
Olivia Bryant with the basket, and the reason for the whistle, delay a game. Ball got away on an inadvertent kick.
Great job by Bryant going to the rack and using her left hand. And 33, Caitlin Capps tried to draw the charge, couldn't get it done.
Right now it's 3s versus 2s. South Putnam's made 3 of them, 3 2-point field goals.
Katie Cleveland, the big there, 32, coming up and with the help side there, off the dribble, stopping the penetration.
Vanna Hill's runner gets the friendly bounce. First 2-point field goal for South Putnam.
You can tell these kids are really jacked up. They're getting off the hardwood pretty well tonight.
Bryant, pull-up 3 does not go. Cascade 0 from distance so far, and out of bounds to South Putnam.
The Eagles with a 6-point lead, and a lot of it is their ability to move the basketball around the perimeter. They're getting solid guard play, and this person right here, Miranda Bigler, playing very well.
4 turnovers so far for Cascade, just 2 for South Putt. Caps again going against taller players in Cleveland, able to get the block and the rebound.
Katie Cleveland listed 5'11", vertical. Good job defensively.
Bryant all the way down and scores. Amelia Bryant's first basket.
Amelia Bryant averaging 8.7 points a game. She could score some buckets
Bigler
for the Cadets.
finds Caps all alone.
Again, guards doing a good job breaking down the defense.
There's an advantage for Cascade. It's their size in this game. If you draw 2 defenders, you have to worry so much about the size. Good sweeping right hand by Taylor Norris. She has 6 of the Cascade 10.
She showed some quickness against Juliana Schmidt. Would have liked to have seen her cross over, but instead she went exclusively with the right hand and strong.
Both teams finding some offensive rhythm here. On the drive, Stein, and a blocking foul will be called against the Cadets before the shot, if there ever was one, out of bounds to South Putnam. Bryant will pick up the foul, her first.
What's difficult is when you get the basketball there defensively, you want to force the ball handler to go to the baseline. That didn't happen, and bad things always happen to the defense when you allow them to penetrate into the lane.
Aubrey
Good job
Hill
by
in
Stein.
for South Putt, touches the ball immediately, just checked in, and that's a situation where you can't turn down that shot, but tough to shoot it so quickly after you just checked in. Same can be said for Carly Gibbs, who just entered the game and couldn't handle the pass, and Cascade giving it away too much from their perspective. That's now 5 first quarter turnovers.
Boy, this has been an interesting basketball game so far, up and down. Cascade, to their credit, has come back and closed the gap within 4, even though this young lady, Stein, has done a good job shooting the ball from the perimeter.
Bigler left alone. Crash by Stein. Foul on the floor against Cascade.
That might be Raznick's third.
That's what I'm looking for. It is. Raznick just picked up her third foul. So Cascade's second leading scorer now will likely sit for the rest of the half.
That's just an effort play by Stein. I mean, she just was determined to get the basketball, to get the rebound, to draw the foul.
And Amanda Parsons is checked in for Cascade, a freshman. Norris had checked out briefly, but with Raznick's third foul, Norris exits, and a triple is good. The third made 3 for Lily Stein.
Shot it over Amelia Bryant with his long, outstretched arm. She shows why she's an outstanding perimeter player. They've got to get into her.
If South Putnam can make threes like this, it's going to be tough for Cascade to compete. Shot taken and missed by Gibbs. South Putnam looks to run the floor. Final minute of the quarter. And they're looking inside every time down, but the success has come from outside.
And that's a good thing for South Putnam when you can run your offense inside out, although there is a 3-second call as the post player was camped into the zone a little bit too long.
I think we see one of those a month. I think that's the obligation. We've hit our February quota for 3-second calls already. 25 seconds to go on the quarter. And Cascade trying to go at the rim. That's their advantage tonight. And Norris has been the biggest benefactor. She's got 8 of the Cascade 12. Who was that off of last? Off of Stein, yes. Turnover forced by the freshman and Parsons.
Good effort by Cascade, making a run to get back in this ball game. Cascade runs more of a perimeter offense, but they cut to create opportunities in the interior to break down the defense. Good job of sharing the basketball by the Cadets.
Cascade will get Olivia Bryant back in. Probably to take a last shot of the quarter. And a solid 3-point shooter. Wants to set up the screen. Draws a double. Dishes. Norris in time, but not online, and that is no good. South Putnam, the difference has been from 3-point range. They've made 4 so far, and they lead at Cascade in the sectional final by 5 as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network. Rose for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marion.
There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La
All
Salle.
alone. Scott got it.
Great by Coach Stick to break down the defense.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
South Putnam struggled from every aspect of the floor last night, but found a way to win. Tonight, the jump shots have been falling. 3 threes already for Lily Stein.
Well, she's had some good help with some solid screens at the top and plenty of space, and she's the one that shoots the ball most from the perimeter. If things can get rolling for her, South Putnam is a very difficult team to beat. The Eagles are playing very well defensively as well today, too.
Hand check foul going to be called on the drive well before the shot. It'll be the 4th team foul against South Putnam.
You have to figure, Greg, for the Lady Cadets, Olivia Bryant has to be more unselfish. I think she has to look to score more instead of being the distributor.
That foul on Stein is her second, so we'll keep an eye on that. Shot taken and missed by Gibbs. Each team 4 fouls so far. Trailer for Bigler, the 3. Got that one too. 5 threes made by South Putnam, and that is now 3 different players that have connected from outside the arc, and another turnover by Cascade.
That pressure full court has really caused some concern for the Cadets. Now, that shot there that was taken by Nichols from 3, I thought for a minute, don't shoot it. Actually, that was number 12, Bigler. I thought, don't shoot it, but yet she was wide open, absolutely wide open. She drained it. That's a big bucket, as you see, the 8-point lead for the Eagles.
Bigler on the bounce. They got fouled. Good aggressive take by the senior guard. She has the only free throws attempted of this game. She's about to have 2 more.
Fundamentals are such an important part of the game. You see Bigler with a shot fake. That froze the defender there and then allowed her to put the ball and turn the corner.
The winner of this game will not have to go too far for their next game or 2, as this sectional feeds into the Speedway Regional. First double-digit lead of this game belongs to South Putnam. Not that Cascade has played poorly. They simply turned it over a few too many times. Have not gotten jump shots to fall. South Putnam has been reining them in, especially considering their struggles of a night ago.
The concern has to be for the Cadets. They are putting the ball on the floor a lot, and that could lead to turnovers.
6 of them so far for the Cadets. The defensive effort being applauded by the South Putnam fans. Lengthy possession. Nothing close to a look yet. A forced look at that.
Great defense by South Putnam. Every time they try to get the ball inside, they're doubled up. They're not letting him go to the rim uncontested.
And Vanderhill goes 84 feet to lay it up and in. She's got 7.
That's a big bucket, and it's really energized the crowd here for South Putnam.
And Cascade will take a timeout. It is a 30-second timeout. Our 30-second timeout's a presentation of Endeavor Communications. Don't be tortured by technology. Call 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for all of your telecommunications and technology needs. You saw the experience the South Putnam team had by the way in which they won last night. This, though, is how Brian Gardner envisions his team playing every night.
Yeah, and they're doing it inside out offensively, getting good looks at the bucket, getting shots inside and then defensively helping out, not allowing Cascade to beat them inside and controlling tempo by this pressure full court.
Bryant will bring it to the front court for Cascade. Trap continues in the half court. Fires a 3 and makes it.
That is the key to Cascade's ability to compete in the ball game, and that is Olivia Bryant's ability to score the basketball.
Bryant had 16 when they defeated South Putnam back in December. Great turn by Caps. Second field goal by the 5'9 junior.
Great job by Caps. The difference being Cadets defensively do not have any help to answer here, where anytime the Cadets get the ball inside, they're double up down on the post and have nowhere to go.
Nothing but man-to-man from both teams so far. And a foul going to be called as Chloe Custis into the game, a freshman that draws the whistle for South Putnam. Team foul number 5. Out of bounds to Cascade.
Good job by Carly Gibbs, the 5'10 sophomore, averaging 3.1 for the Cadets, breaking down the Eagles defense and picking up the foul. 5 team fouls each, so we're 2 away from the bonus.
Catch and shoot for Bryant.
There
from
it is.
Each corner.
She has got to score for Cascade. She's getting it done as they're slowly but surely chunking down in this lead.
Bigler, no. Good rebound. That's Katie Cleveland. And this Cascade team has depth in terms of size. Bryant again. Not that time, but you can't blame him for taking that, for making your last 2. So Bryant with 8, Norris with 8. But just getting some threes to fall for Cascade, trying to stretch and space the floor. Crucial for the Cadets.
It definitely is, and if they can do that, they can start pulling this defense away from the bucket and maybe get some better looks inside.
Trying to set up that curl for Bigler. Drives around the post, couldn't get it. And Norris the rebound. Bryant races forward. Spots up. Not that time, and South Putnam will track it down.
That's a tough shot. I thought maybe a shot fake and a drive to the bucket might have been better. She settled for a jump shot.
The elbow jumper does not go. Great crash. The freshman misses the putback. And while a player down is the reason we have the stoppage after Cascade clearly had possession. Parsons appears to be all right. Amelia Bryant will check back in for Cascade. That should help the rebounding efforts as the Cadets' leading rebounder back in the contest.
Well, if I'm Cascade right now and Dave Carpenter, we want to get the ball across the timeline, but we also want to be patient. We do not want to rush anything right now.
Parsons lost the handle and a blocking foul going to be called. 7th Cascade turnover.
Not what David Carpenter and the Cadets wanted, the turnover and the quick foul here. Good effort there by Vanahill for the Eagles.
Good job of continuing the trap, not just retreating back defensively because the team crossed half court, keeping the pressure going. And steps called. Hill moved a pivot foot, awaiting the dribble handoff.
Aubrey Hill, number 30, 5'10 sophomore.
And Bryant will take the ball right up meridian, to use the old Howard Kellman terminology.
Yeah.
As you know HK as well as I do. The longtime voice of the Indianapolis Indians. This put into the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame last weekend. Bryant, the drive. Good left hand.
Very good job of breaking down the defense. I like the way she turned the corner and looked for the bucket.
We need to note that Stein has been out for a little while because of having 2 fouls. A foul going to be called here against Parsons, which will send South Putnam to the free throw line. But Stein's been sitting for a while for South Putt with 2 fouls, and their offense is noticeably different without her on the floor.
You bet, because the fact that 11 Allie Nichols playing guard, nobody's guarding her. They decided they were going to pack it in. If they're going to get hurt by the shot from Nichols outside, let her. But she's not a factor right now, so it's basically 5 versus 4.
Every free throw in this game for either side has been attempted by Miranda Bigler. She missed her first. She's made the last 4. And make it now a 4 of 6 start to the game, but another offensive rebound for South Putnam. Hill tied up. Norris, the arrow keeps it here to South Putnam. And Rasnick sits with 3 fouls for Cascade. Stein with 2 for South Putnam. Ball movement crisp by the Eagles.
You can see Nichols isn't even looking to shoot. She's just looking to facilitate.
Deep 3 does not go, and now a breakout opportunity. Bryant racing down. Good hustle back by Bigler.
That is an outstanding play by Miranda Bigler, because that was clearly a layup. She did a great job hustling back. But now Cascade has a chance to run something off of this inbounds play and get a good shot.
Parsons will be able to track it down. Could have gone to the backcourt if needed to. And Bigler going to be called for the hand check, which is Bigler's second foul.
That's a tough call because she provided a lot of effort there, putting pressure on the ball. But that's the way it goes, and we're awfully close to that bonus.
Caps will check back in. Bratcher will check back in. And with a 7-point lead, South Putnam, it appears, will not roll the dice on playing players that have 2 fouls. They will save them for the second half, or so it seems. So 2 of the better players for South Putnam are sitting. Let's see if Cascade can take advantage. On the slip, looking for Cleveland, thrown away. Vanderhill. That's a long 2 that does not go, but there's Caps. Just kind of hangs around the rim and picks up the loose change.
That's an easy bucket for Caps. Unfortunately, a misfire for the Eagles, but they capitalize on a bucket, and now they've turned the momentum around with the basketball and a 9-point lead.
And Cleveland, maybe a 3 that really isn't in her repertoire of skills. Chance for South Putt to push it back to a double-digit lead, and to ensure this possession is a good one, Brian Gardner will ask for a 30-second timeout. Our 30-second timeouts are a service of Endeavor Communications. Endeavor Communications brings you the very best telephone, internet, television, security, IT services, medical alert technology, and now wireless service. Visit WeEndeavor.com to find out more. Reference the fact that the winner of this sectional will head to Speedway for the regional next week. Shortridge, Triton Central, those winners will head to Speedway as well. And the sectional at Northeastern. This kind of encompasses the 2 Indianapolis area 2A sectionals and the far eastern end of the state as well.
Triton Central, Greg, now rated 6th in the Sagarin poll, maybe the highest rated team that's still on the board. You have to wonder whether South Putnam's just going to try to hold for the last shot and try to work clock.
Do not need to be in a big hurry with a 9-point lead and 2 key pieces sitting with 2 fouls. You can take a shot, just make it a good one. Let's see if this is a good one. Wow. The answer's yes.
Holy smokes.
Bratcher the triple. 4th different South Putt player to hit a 3.
She just stepped back and let her fly.
Norris found a teammate at Hostetler, couldn't get the shot to go. And the rebound corralled by Caps for South Putt. Other than having Stein and Bigler sitting, it's been kind of a dream first half for South Putt. It continues as Vanderhill with 9, and South Putt has their largest lead at 14.
Norris didn't contest. She went all the way and took a shot.
Bryant, first shot, no. Second shot, no. Hostetler, put back, no. It'll be 3 and out for Cascade because 2 teammates knocked the ball away from each other. And for as many things are going right for South Putnam, the bounce is not going that way, and now we'll see Bigler and Stein check back in, which tells me this might be a minute and 11 possession here for South Putnam.
Yeah, 14-point lead for the Cadets. They've done a very good job shooting the ball from the perimeter. And defensively, they just got away with one as the Cadets had 3 short-range looks.
Caps, 1 dribble. Vanderhill lets fire, misses. And now South Putnam will race 2 players in to sub in for the players that have 2 fouls. Good catch by the head coach.
Substituting defense for offense. Also, Allie Nichols has some fouls to give here. Number 11 playing at the point on Olivia.
Good pass. Hostetler scores.
Yeah, she finally finished at the rim. That's important. They need some momentum going to the locker room here.
Hostetler very selective about the shots that she will take. From a field goal percentage standpoint, their best shooter just rarely shoots the ball. It appears that South Putt will hold for one. And a foul given by Norris.
That's tough because that'll send her to the foul line. There's a bonus upcoming.
Second foul on Norris. Vannahill's first free throws of the night. So 14.6 seconds left to go before halftime.
It's key here to block out.
And Vannahill rattles it home.
Didn't need to on that one.
So Vannahill now the leading scorer for South Putnam with 10. Does not get the roll, but gets the bounce. That was touched by a Cascade player while out of bounds. It'll be South Putt ball.
Yep, and number 24, Amelia Bryant, was on the out of bounds line.
And very heads up. Get your best offensive players back in and trying to protect those with foul troubles.
There's enough time for Stein to inbounds and curl around and get a screen and get a good shot. There she is.
Stein, not that time. It's going to be a push in the back, yep. Bratcher gets her second foul. That'll be free throws now for Cascade.
Good job of blocking and sealing the baseline there, Amelia Bryant. She'll have bonus upcoming.
And these are the first free throws of the half for Cascade. Bryant 9 points and nearly 9 rebounds a game. And gets the free throw to go.
Yeah, she can make both of them maybe. Cascade can pressure full court, get the ball back, and some points right before the buzzer.
Makes them both. Bryant now with 4. Freshman with the ball here for South Putnam. Forces the issue. Shot does not go, and that is the end of the half. Well played by the Eagles of South Putnam. Led by double digits for a good chunk of the half. It's 11 at the break, 35-24. It's the Cascade Sectional Championship game here on the ISC Sports Network.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Again? I'm going to miss the big game.
Troubled by your TV provider? Endeavor is here with ETV. With Endeavor's television service, there's no need to worry about a thunderstorm or whether your satellite dish is pointed in the right direction. We also provide internet, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people. Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once, With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
Back at Cascade High School, going to look at the cadet student section for tonight's contest. Our teams played hard. South Putnam simply played better. 35-24 your score at halftime. South Putnam leading our halftime show, a service of Endeavor Communications. Discover how you can save money by bundling your Endeavor services by calling 800-922-6677. Greg Rakestraw, how you doing? Mike Walensky to my left. Mike, your thoughts on half number one?
Well, I thought that Cascade really made a run late in the second quarter. They scored 12 points each quarter. They're down 35-24. They have to flip this game some way. They've got to do it defensively. But to South Putnam's credit, they did a good job playing inside out offensively, got a lot of good looks from the three-point range, knocked a lot of threes down, and then they got a lot of easy looks, and they turned the ball over against Cascade. There's a nice look by the cadets to get on the board. Norris, nice shooter, but she also has 2 fouls.
We'll roll through these highlights and we'll tell you the scoring stats from the first half for South Putnam. 10 for Alexis Vanahill. She did have a 3-point field goal. 9 for Lily Stein, all on 3-point field goals. She sat for a good chunk of the second quarter because of having 2 fouls. 7 for Miranda Bigler, 6 for Caitlin Capps, 3 for Alex Bratcher. Just like a night ago, the starters from an offensive standpoint doing all the work. We did see Chloe Custis, Allie Nichols, Aubrey Hill all played minutes, and especially in the second quarter when some foul issues acted up for South Putnam.
Yeah, South Putnam really showed some depth tonight as they went to the bench. I think Brian Gardner has to feel real good about it. And one thing about Brian Gardner's team, he can light it up defensively. He can pressure full court and half court. They're trapping from time to time. Cascade is really going to have to work its way back in this ball game if they want to win victory in the sectional championship.
For Cascade, Olivia Bryant had 10, 2 of those on threes in the second quarter. They are the only 2 made threes for Cascade so far in the game. Taylor Norris had 8 of the first 14 in this game for Cascade. Was not as much of a factor offensively in the second quarter. 4 for Amelia Bryant, 2 for Trinity Hostetler. But the big story for Cascade, Hannah Rasnick barely saw the floor. 3 fouls. She picked up 2 in the first 90 seconds, came back in and picked up the 3rd before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, the question is she going to be allowed to really get after things in this third period? It's going to be very important the first 5 minutes of this third period, I believe, for the Lady Cadets to make a run. If they cannot make a run, it's nights out for them. So it's one and done. Anything can happen, but I really think the first 5 minutes of this third period is going to be really critical for Cascade.
8 turnovers for Cascade, 5 for South Putnam. The Eagles, in fact, already heading back towards the floor to get ready for half number 2, which means Brian Gardner liked what he saw. Didn't need to have a big halftime speech. When he did talk to his ladies, what did he have to say? What did he tell them?
Well, I think keep up the intensity defensively, feel good about yourself, and let's get after it. Let's make some buckets. I think with Stein back in the ballgame, she's that perimeter threat that can score points. Now, here's a look on the screen here of a nice drive by Olivia Bryant scoring the bucket. She, again, is critical to Cascade. She's got to score, and I thought South Putnam did a really good job defensively, honing it inside and not allowing them to have some of those early buckets to the rim.
If you're David Carpenter in Cascade, what's got to change to start? You talk about the first 3 minutes are key. What must they do to try to chip into this 11-point lead?
Their effort level has to get higher. They have got to play both ends at 100%, not 50 and 75. The effort level has to be excellent from the standpoint of play after play after play, because they cannot afford to make mistakes with the 11-point margin.
Winner will take home the sectional championship. South Putnam looking to do that for a 2nd consecutive season. That'll do it for our Endeavor Communications halftime show. Again, WeEndeavor.com, 800-922-6677. Third quarter action comes your way when we come back. Cascade will have the ball to start. They trail by 11 as you're watching Indiana High School basketball girls sectional championship game right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hits the rim right as the light goes in.
Hogan across the middle, finds the end zone, touchdown.
Wow. Then our looking to throw this time. Going deep down the field, he's got Fusich. Look at this one again. Time will expire and the Gophers will win.
Is on the board. The North wins 10-7.
Irritated by your internet provider? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eForce high-speed internet. Download speed? No problem. Download an HD movie in seconds with our remarkable gigabit speed. Endeavor not only provides the latest fiber optic technology, we're also here to help you use it. We also provide television, wireless, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Worried your family isn't protected at home? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eShield Security Solutions. With Endeavor eShield Security Solutions, peace of mind comes from knowing your family and your business are safe. We also provide internet, television, wireless, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Throws for the end zone, man open. That's a touchdown. Touchdown grab for Marion.
There you go.
And why pull up for a jumper from 3 or even a mid-range when you can go right down the lane?
Sowers is back, reaches up, and it's a grand slam for De La
And all
Salle.
alone. Scott got it.
Great hook by Coach to break down the defense.
Ready for third quarter action here at Cascade High School alongside Mike Walensky. Greg Rakestraw with you. Cascade trailing by 11. Third meeting of the season. And these two next door neighbors on the turn trying to get Raznick started. Couldn't get the shot to go. And Raznick averaging nearly 13 points a game. Has yet to score tonight. Has barely played because of having 3 fouls. Ball off her knee, out of bounds to South Putt.
Sometimes it's big things come in small packages, and that time defensively, Alex Bratcher, this 5'6", bothered her.
And down low, Caps is just 5'9" as a post player, but as Rick Carlisle used to say, knows the geometry of the game. Knows the way to move around the basket. Norris, a miss. Fight for the loose ball. Raznick will track it down. Raznick is a senior. Like so many of these other Cascade players, it's a senior-laden team. Looking low block for Hostetler. Got fouled before the shot. That goes against Caps. Her first foul.
Good job by Hostetler getting post position underneath. She got deep enough to draw the foul.
Norris almost a double dribble. I think she thought she did. She kind of bobbled the ball for a second. Ends up turning it over.
Things are not looking good early on for Cascade here in this third.
Caps going to work. Left that one short, but just helps her rebound total on that one.
Good effort and a 15-point lead. And now Cascade has to really be focused and not try to force things.
And when these two teams played in the regular season, both games were single-digit games. Cascade won in the regularly scheduled matchup, 55-52. Their second game was in the Wick playoff game as Raznick misses, but Bryant is fouled on the rebound. She'll shoot 2. To finish the thought, each of these two teams finished third in their respective 6-team division, which is why they played a second time 2 weeks ago, with South Putnam winning that one 49-41.
Good rebound that time by Amelia Bryant, getting a pair of free throws.
By the way, that foul is on Bratcher. That is her third, and Bryant misses from the stripe. So Bratcher will check out as Nichols will check in. It's the only negative for South Putnam dealing with foul issues. Bryant misses them both, and you can ill afford to leave points at the line. Norris stumbles, which leaves Bigler all alone. That is a 3, does not go. And Bryant ends up fighting her own teammate for the rebound, and Rasnick will track it down. Bryant on the bounce. Left hand, no. Sister picks it up. That's probably happened about 9,000 times the last few years.
Yeah, Olivia Bryant, very good in the open court there with the left hand. Just a little bit short. Amelia again with another offensive rebound. She has to convert from the foul line. It's a dead clock. They need points.
Free throw again, no good. Nothing has come easily for Cascade tonight. And a timeout taken by South Putnam, a 30-second timeout. Our 30-second timeout's a service of Endeavor Communications, your hometown telephone provider for over 65 years. If you're Coach Gardner, what do you call that timeout there for? What are you trying to impart to your team here?
You know, there could be a couple things, and I hope it's not from a conservative standpoint to pull the basketball out and milk the clock. I think maybe it's just to reset some things on both ends and possibly develop a play on the offensive end for Stein and get some points from the perimeter. But Cascade right here, and Emily Bryant needs to convert. These free throws are absolutely crucial to get back in the ballgame.
Free throw, got this one. She is the only player to attempt a free throw tonight for Cascade. Now 3 of 6, and we'll see full court pressure applied for the first time by Cascade. And this is a South Putnam team with several players that can handle the ball. I'd imagine they're going to be a tough team to pressure. Stein for 3. Couldn't get it to go like the first half, but Nichols will track down the loose ball. Vanahill, the fake, then the take, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
I like that. I like the fact that she didn't settle for a jump shot, because the longer you play, the more tired you get. It's hard to shoot that perimeter shot. She hesitated, then put the ball on the floor and picks up the foul.
But Vanahill can't make the free throw. Vanahill now 1 for 3 from the line. Carly Gibbs will check out as Emma Parsons returns to the lineup. Both teams leaving points at the stripe. Bryant pushes the tempo. Cannot get it to go, but grabs her own board. Shot altered by Caps. Vanahill got rid of the basketball knowing she was going to have a traveling violation if she didn't. Eventually Bryant picks it up. You love the hustle from Cascade. He's going to find a way to score off of it.
It's intense right now. Cascade is really trying to push things. Emily Bryant does a really good job of keeping the basketball. Norris gets fouled here, but it all started again by Olivia Bryant's ability to get the ball to the rim. They needed that energy, they needed that push. And this free throw they did not need.
In the half, Cascade is 1 for 5 from the stripe. That one, the only point they have scored so far in the half. The song remains the same, 1 for 6. And because you missed the free throw, you can't set up the press either. Vanahill on the take. Good hands. Rasnick knocks it away. But pressured back by Vanahill. Her shot does not go. And then Vanahill will commit the foul. Well, if you're a fan of South Putnam, this half resembles the first half from last night. Good news is here you've got a 14-point lead you've already built up.
Yeah, this is a big help. This team has really been aggressive, meaning Cascade going to the rim and drawing fouls. Already, I believe this is the 15th foul on the Eagles, 16th foul.
It's a good point, and this was kind of different what we saw in the first. I don't think Cascade was settling for jump shots, but made a point of they didn't shoot their first free throws in the half till there were 6 seconds left to go in the half. As Bryant gets this one to go. But these are free throws 7 and 8 of the third quarter. We played less than 3 minutes.
I think there's a look of urgency on the athletes' faces from Cascade. They recognize this is it. They've got to make their move now.
But more misses. A lot of activity, but a whopping total of 6 points have been scored here in quarter number 3. Hill. Double dribble.
Yep, good call.
Cap's currently on the bench for South Putnam. By the way, Cascade now will be in the bonus for the remainder of this game, as South Putnam has committed 6 fouls here in the opening 3 minutes of the half. But no field goals, and just 2 of 8 from the line, and now what would have been a turnover, but Nichols could never hang on to it.
Yeah, Nichols did a good job stepping into the lane, anticipating a pass, but the angle just didn't allow her to have control of the basketball, knocked it out of bounds, but a good aggressive play. She has to do that because she recognizes that Olivia Bryant, she's going to take the ball to the rack each time she gets her hands on the ball if she can.
Bryant. Ball rolled off of her, out of bounds.
Playing a little bit too quick there in the half court.
Pressure is set up by Cascade. Stein dribbles right through it. Hill, too strong. And then a foul. Here comes free throws for Cascade.
And probably an unnecessary foul in the backcourt on Stein, her third. And, you know, it's not only unnecessary, but it stops the clock when you've got a 13-point lead. It just gives Cascade another pause to believe that they can get a chance to get back in this game.
And Stein was lobbying to stay in, and coach goes, nope, sit down. Free throw is good. So Norris to shoot one more. She's got 9. Make it 10. First time in the half that a player makes both free throws on the same trip for Cascade.
Psychologically, with you're within 10 or 11, things really change. And I think that Cascade understands that right now.
Bigler weaves her way around Norris there for the block. Could not save it in bounds. It'll remain South Putnam basketball.
Good job of handling the basketball, stepping through, but then the block with the left hand by Norris, active defensively underneath.
Open 3 for Vanderhill.
Wow, got a roll. That is a big 3 by Vanderhill. She's not afraid to put up the rock.
Just might be South Putnam's night when you get that bounce in the other team's gym. The lead grows to 15. Norris, through a foul, more free throws. You almost wonder if South Putnam might have to go zone just because of foul issues.
Aubrey Hill picks up the foul here, her second. Norris doing a good job of moving the basketball down the baseline.
Now 6 free throw attempts for Norris, all in this quarter. And every point this quarter for Cascade has come from the line. And seemingly the free throw woes have been chilled for Cascade. Norris has made her last 4. That's going to be a blocking foul on Bryant.
Tough foul on Cascade. However, defensively, Cascade is now dictating the pace of the game. And that's to their advantage to chip away at this lead.
Only question is, can they get something going offensively? Well, knocked out of bounds by Parsons. Nichols one dribble and wastes it. It's a bailout pass to Vanderhill, who will retreat and reset. That'll be a moving screen. And Hill has picked up 3 fouls here in the quarter. So 3 fouls on Hill, 3 on Bratcher, 3 on Stein for South Putnam.
And you have to think, with the amount of fouls ratcheting up and the way Cascade is playing here in the third period, we're going to have a very interesting finish.
Cascade hanging around. Bryant And Cascade still without a field goal this quarter. And that will be a foul. Let's see if it's on Cascade or South Putt. It's going to be against Cascade. Bryant over the back.
Yeah, Amelia Bryant over the top. Tough call to make because she was going after the basketball, just leaned in just a tad to pick up the foul.
Now 3 fouls on Bryant. Just the 3rd team foul against Cascade. Pressure kicking in for Cascade. Jump ball. Arrow remains to South Putnam. And this 3rd quarter has officially ground to a halt.
It has. This defense for Cascade has been stifling. That's been the key here.
Low block. It's going to be a foul. That'll be on Norris. It'll be her 3rd. Ball out of bounds to South Putnam. And there have been 13 fouls called in 5 minutes and 22 seconds. I have generally agreed, though, with most calls. Double dribble.
Again, having trouble in the half court against this pressure defense from Cascade. And, you know, body language is pretty key in this one. You get a sense the kids from Cascade just have this look on their face that they are not going to give up.
Bryant, a deep 3, no. But Amelia's there for the putback, and Cascade finally has a field goal.
Amelia Bryant always near the bucket. Always have a sense of where the basketball is, got the carom and put it back in. That's a pretty good shot by Olivia Bryant on the right wing. Really nice look. But there again is Amelia for the putback. Didn't block her out, got through 2 Eagles and scored the bucket.
30-second timeout presented by Endeavor Communications. Don't be tortured by technology. Call 800-922-6677 or visit weendeavor.com for all your telecommunications and technology needs. It was 11 at halftime. Despite so many things that have kind of gone in their favor, Cascade only will take 1 point so far out of the South Putnam lead.
I think now it's a ball game. Anything can go. A couple minutes ago, South Putnam was in the driver's seat. The door was awfully close to being closed. No more. We got ourselves a game to the final buzzer here.
Turnover.
And that's why that defensive pressure is really starting to cause some problems for the Eagles.
Each team now with 11 turnovers. That's where that length plays a factor for Cascade. That is their advantage in this game. Rasnick kicks it to Bryant for a 3. Weak side glass by Parsons. Bryant the take and got the bounce.
What a finish by Olivia Bryant with a finger roll and got it in, and we got ourselves an 8-point game.
Her first points of the half, she's got a dozen. Vanna traveled.
Tough call. She picked it up and she did travel, and again this pressure is just really hitting home for Cascade. The defense is starting to turn this ball game.
Lead has been sliced in half from 15 to 8. It was 39-24 not that long ago. A basket here makes it a 2-possession game. That's a foul. And on Hill, that is 4. And Amelia Bryant to the free throw line to shoot 2. For Bryant, these will be free throws 9 and 10 of the game. Stein will check in after the first free throw.
An easy free throw here with the clock frozen at 1:30. A bucket here puts them only within 2 possessions.
I believe they're going to call that last foul on Vanna Hill instead of Hill, which will be her first. Bryant hits both free throws. So Capps and Stein both return, as this lead has now shrunk to 6, the fewest it has been in a while. So foul issues or not, South Putnam brings their starters back in. Stein got a good look, couldn't get it to go. Doesn't go out of bounds. Cascade likes to pick it up and play it. Raznick. That's going to be a reach-in foul on Nichols. And Raznick, who is yet to score tonight, will go to the free throw line. And now it is the double bonus for Cascade the rest of the way.
That's a good matchup for Cascade because Raznick is 6 foot. Nichols is 5'4". She took her right inside the paint.
Raznick misses the free throw. And a full timeout taken by South Putnam. We will step aside. 1:11 left to go in this one. The lead is down to 6 for South Putnam in the sectional championship game here on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Let's thank our tremendous MTC Sports crew. This is their second game of the day. Thank you to Sean Walker, Wes Wolf. Thanks to Eldon Wheeler, Shea Goodpaster. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everybody involved, for making tonight's game a reality. Earlier today, we saw Danville outlast Cloverdale, winning by 11 on the boys' side. Sectional championship game here on the girls' side. South Putnam has led most of the way, and they've had a comfortable lead for most of the way. That is not the case now, as Raznick scores her first point to bring it back to 5 at 42-37. Stein on the bounce. Will hand off to Bigler. Bigler, yep, traveled, absolutely. Took an extra step.
Tough call to make there, down inside the paint as she looked for a good shot there. Another turnover, 5-point lead, but I think Coach Gardner has a plan for South Putnam to attack the zone. They've been a little bit more effective being aggressive. They have to look to score against it. Now they have to defend.
A 7-point quarter so far for South Putnam. Last basket, a 3 by Vanderhill. Since that time, 10 straight points by Cascade. However, a cadet turnover.
Hustle play for Nichols there on the steal for the Eagles.
Bigler had it knocked away. No double dribble there. And I had an extra elbow, to be careful about that. Got away with it. Thought she was fouled by Norris. Now South Putt's going to hold for 1. Stein turns the corner. Runner does not go. Thought they'd hold for a little bit longer. They did not.
Olivia Gardner, she is a tough defender. Did a really nice job there.
Bryant chucks it towards the rim. Almost got it to bank in. And that will be the end of the quarter. It took a while for Cascade, but they wore down this South Putnam lead. It was 11 at the break. It was as large as 15. It is now down to 5 going to the fourth quarter. Sectional championship on the line when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
I don't think of this as
Not getting their messages? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with eWireless. Endeavor Communications combines the nation's largest 4G LTE network with friendly hometown service, so you'll always be connected to your kids. We also provide internet, television, security, and telephone services with outstanding local support. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Back here in southwestern Hendricks County, and how about this stat? There are 7 high schools in the girls' tournament in Hendricks County. 6 of them are still playing tonight. In 4A, Plainfield and Brownsburg. In 3A, Tri-West and Danville. Cascade in 2A, Bethesda Christian in 1A. That's pretty well done. Avon's out because they had to play Brownsburg last night. So pretty good counting in terms of high school hoops on the ladies' side.
Outstanding youth development programs here at each of these high schools. Both these teams here tonight playing really hard. They know that it's the last game. If they get knocked out, it's survive and advance, and they are playing very hard.
Amelia Bryant works her way down off the window and scores, and this is a 1-possession game for the first time in a long time. Bigler's runner, she is fouled. Let's see, I'll say on the way up, 2 shots. Olivia Bryant will draw the whistle.
The aggressor wins basketball games. That time, Amelia Bryant went down, went for the bucket. Now Bigler on the other end.
Bigler 4 of 6 from the line tonight. She's got 8. Vanderhill now leads South Putnam with 13. Amelia Bryant with 13, one of 3 double-digit scores for Cascade.
Good news for South Putnam. They've now drawn 5 fouls on Cascade, so 2 more. They've got the bonus.
Ball tipped away by Stein, out of bounds to Cascade. Norris trying to find the freshman who had gotten behind her defender. On the baseline drive, Parsons, no. Scramble for the loose ball, Bryant keeps it alive. Rasnick wanted that 3. Bryant takes the 3 and
Olivia
makes
Bryant.
the 3.
Olivia Bryant with a great look, and I tell you, her sister was phenomenal. Amelia Bryant getting on the floor and going after the loose ball.
The lead has evaporated, and Caps doesn't get the bounce, but Vanderhill gets the putback.
Great effort by Vanderhill, normally playing around the perimeter. Somehow she found herself inside the rim with a great position and a bucket.
I think everybody assumed that shot from Caps was going in. And that'll be a moving screen on Parsons.
Good job by Stein, number 35, swinging around there, drawing the foul.
6th team foul. 13 turnovers against Cascade. That's where we point out to you that first time these 2 teams played, Cascade won by 3. The next time, South Putt won by 8. So the 15-point lead, a bit of an anomaly. Last year in the sectional semis, South Putt won by 11. No need to be in a hurry here if you're South Putnam. You can wait on a good shot. That's a good shot.
That was intentional. Good isolation there, and a look and a bucket for the Eagles. Caps with a good one.
Bryant the drive. Good take. Could not go, but drew the foul on Caps, and Bryant will shoot 2.
That just shows you how hard Amelia Bryant is playing, because without that effort, she doesn't draw the foul. There she goes to the bucket. Misses a shot, goes right back after it, gets good position and draws the foul.
And on Caps, that's 4. Bryant misses the free throw, but Caps will have to exit. That is big for South Putnam.
This game would look a lot different if Cascade would have knocked down their free throws.
Bryant has now missed 7 of them. 47-42. The runner by Stein got fouled.
Wow, what a big play by Stein, because Olivia Bryant, probably the best defender on the court defensively. She had guts taking it to the hole here. Good pass by Vanderhill. She goes with the left hand. The offhand goes with the right hand underneath and draws the foul.
Stein has not scored in the second half after 9 in the first half. Her first free throws of the game. It was like throwing in the ocean in the first half. It's like throwing it into a thimble here in the second half. It gets the roll. The Stein becomes the 3rd different South Putt player in double figures with 10. And the lead is pushed back to 6. Last 5 points scored by the Eagles. Stein goes for the steal, couldn't get it. Bryant weaves through traffic and
great
scores.
Great job of handling the ball by Amelia Bryant for the bucket.
Steal by Cascade. Bryant all the way down. Foul is called. If that's not a foul, that's a turnover, because that was off the knee of Bryant.
Now here's a look from the 3 by Olivia Bryant, setting up for the 3 over Bigler, who was just too late to recover. And now Olivia has a chance for 2.
First free throws of the game for Olivia Bryant. She's got 15. Make it 16. That foul was on Bigler, by the way, her 3rd. Nichols returns now for South Putt. Hostetler returns for Cascade, going to give Amelia Bryant a brief breather.
Well, she's been outstanding this basketball game, helping Cascade get back in the ball game. She's done everything.
I would think she sits for a minute, maybe.
Can't
Just
afford.
trying to get some oxygen. Vanderhill, the drive. Norris held her ground. Ball didn't go out of bounds. Cascade the rebound, and a blocking foul on Vanderhill.
Backcourt foul, Vanderhill. That's going to send Olivia Bryant to the foul line for a double bonus here.
And 2 free throws can tie this game up.
Sometimes it looks pretty when you block the ball out of bounds, but it doesn't do your team any good. That time a block shot by Norris, where it wasn't pretty, really paid off.
Left that one short. Her first miss. Rasnick has a miss. Norris has missed 2. Amelia Bryant has missed 7. That is 11 missed free throws for Cascade tonight. Not that time. 18 to lead all scores. Back to a 1-point game. Almost a travel by Stein. Nichols left alone. Misses. Put back. Fouled. Late whistle, but the right whistle. Hostetler fouled her.
You got to give the youngster, Allie Nichols, a lot of credit. She's just 5'4", left-handed. Tried to finish from one side, then had to go to the other, and draws the foul and gets a chance to go to the foul line.
Nichols has not scored tonight. First free throws of the evening. Bit of a jump shot at the line and got it to go.
This is a youngster that Cascade has left alone. They don't feel confident she can score against them from the perimeter, but she could hurt them from the foul line here.
Makes them both.
Big shots.
We mentioned the fact that Amelia Bryant might sit for a minute. In actual game time is about 19 seconds.
Well, they need her because she's been really active on the floor, rebounding, scoring, getting after it defensively.
Bryant the drive, no. Fight for the loose ball. Olivia Bryant tracks it down. Open 3, no. Hostetler on the hustle though.
Hostetler's done a good job keeping the ball alive on 2 separate occasions. Once tipping it back, this time grabbing it.
Rasnick thought about it. Bryant does more than think about it. And that's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow points to South Putnam.
Hostetler again keeping the ball alive and then causing the jump ball, though South Putnam, the Eagles, get the basketball back, and that's good news for South Putnam.
Bigler across the stripe. Stein for 3. Huge shot.
No conscience there. I thought maybe she'd drive the ball into the lane, but she decided, I'm going to knock it down.
Every time the Cascade's got one to the point, South Putt has responded and stretched that lead back out. Bryant. And a foul going to be called on Nichols.
Tough call because Amelia Bryant, number 24, threw out her right elbow into the defender, but then got the benefit of the call here.
We have detailed her trips to the free throw line so far. She has made 5 of 12 tonight. Make it 6 of 13. So the Bryants have attributed for 34 of the Cascade 48. Olivia 18, Amelia 16, and Sophie played briefly in the first half and did not score. 1 for 2. And Vanderhill with the rebound. With the missed free throw, that means no full court pressure either. Vanderhill right down, good look, wouldn't fall.
Yeah, nice look, had to put it up with the right hand, fading away just a bit.
Bryant, picked pocket by Vanderhill. Vanderhill. Foul, Count it. Count the basket. And a timeout coming by Cascade, a full timeout.
That's as big a bucket as you'll find anywhere tonight in the state of Indiana. Vanderhill going to the rim, drawing a foul, and getting to fall through.
55-48 now with 3:49 left to go. Cascade has done a lot of things right. Just not getting jump shots to fall at key times, missing free throws. It's the difference in this game.
Anything can still happen, Greg. As we know, with 3 minutes and 49 seconds, high school basketball can be very quirky down the road. But I tell you what, both these teams have been really resilient. Nobody wants to leave here knowing it's the last game of the year. They're both battling and determined to stay in the ball game. And that shot by Vanderhill was just absolutely amazing. How it went in the bucket is beyond me. And sometimes it takes just a little bit of luck to win basketball games.
It's some other scores from across the area. Just up the road in Avon in the 4A sectional final. Brownsburg leads Plainfield 45-42 with 16 seconds left to go. Over at East Central in 4A, 10 seconds left to play. Columbus East leading East Central 33-31. So one here for Vanderhill, who's got 17 to lead South Putnam. Well, both teams have left some points at the stripe. Norris pressured, able to get rid of it. Now Bryant will push the tempo. Doesn't have to be a three, but it needs to be points this time down for Cascade. Rasnick has yet to make a field goal tonight. Bryant, a contested three that goes.
A good shooter, Olivia Bryant, deep in the corner. 4-point game.
That is her fourth three of the game. Bigler, a long two, got it.
Just inside that 3-point line, that's a big field goal.
Bigler with 10 for South Putnam player in double figures. Again, when Cascade scores, South Putnam more often than not has answered. Norris weaving her way in the lane, but lost the handle. Vanderhill got the takeaway, then Vanderhill got fouled. And if that's on Amelia Bryant, that might be her night. And that is a big loss for Cascade. She's done. So barring a comeback, that is the end of a very solid career here at Cascade for Amelia Bryant. And that realization is kind of setting in as we speak.
Yeah, it's starting to set in. It's a shame because she put in so much effort in this basketball game. But again, it's not over. Still plenty of time.
Double bonus here for both teams now, as Vanderhill makes the first of two.
Vanderhill has played a lot bigger than she is. Number 21 is just a 5'7" guard, but she's played big tonight.
We don't have rebounding stats, but I'll guarantee you Bryant's going to double-double. She got 16 points, but her team trails by 8. Parsons leaves for Norris. So a key offensive cog now out for Cascade. Quick glance towards the sidelines for the play. Bryant calls her own number. Doesn't work. And that ball out of bounds to South Putnam.
Well, she's going to get shots anytime she wants because she's really good in terms of her footwork and her ability to step back. But that ball was just too deep and too long.
Caps back in for South Putnam. Fouls really have limited her in this second half. She's got 12 points, but I would say she's probably played less than 20 minutes in this game. Bratcher to Bigler. It is a game of keep away at this point. And that'll be an offensive foul. Stein led with the arm. Yes, the Cascade player was moving, but it was leading with that arm that drew that whistle.
Tough call because she would have drawn, I believe that would have been 5 on Norris, wouldn't it have been? And that's her 4th.
A reprieve for Cascade.
Door's still open here.
Bryant the drive, misses. Good rebound by Vanderhill. You just said it last time down. She has played taller than her program height tonight.
No doubt about it. She's been all over the place. She can handle the ball along the perimeter. She's played inside.
Foul against Norris. I've got that as her fourth. Let's see what the signal is from the official score. It is her fourth.
Okay.
Always give the disclaimer, my stats are by no means official. And Bigler connects. Bigler makes them both. You would expect a senior to do that. 10-point game, less than 2 to play. Almost a travel. Hostetler going to work. Nothing there. Rasnick for 3. No. It has just been a rough night from the jump for Rasnick. Just 1 point. Had 3 early fouls. Stein. Low block Caps. Caps goes to work. Not that time, but there's Vanderhill yet again.
She's everywhere.
Rips away the rebound. And a foul on Bryant. I've got that as 4 on her.
Could have been a foul earlier in Olivia Bryant as she pushed off on Vanderhill out of frustration. Then tried to slide over and help off on Bigler. And the door is starting to close on Cascade's season here.
7 of 11 from the free throw line now for Bigler tonight. And a timeout taken by South Putnam. Their lead back to 11. Cascade twice had it down to 1. Could never get over the hump.
It's pretty amazing how this game has evolved. And as expected in high school basketball, one team took a run, another team slowed down, another team took a run, and the final run seems to be in the favor of the Eagles of South Putnam, looking to repeat as sectional champions here at Cascade tonight.
Final scores to pass along. Columbus East beats East Central 34-32. At halftime, Tinley leads Greenwood Christian 41-27 in 1A. Tinley reached the semi-state a year ago. In 2A, Triton Central leads Shenandoah 16-5. That is at halftime. Final score in 4A, Carmel beats Hamilton Southeastern 68-48. We'll pass along more scores as they come in. Though with the final score between Brownsburg and Plainfield, Brownsburg 47, Plainfield 42. Clock rolls, minute 20 to play. Bryant trying to get free for 3. She does, and she's fouled. Rule that Bratcher got her on the arm. So 3 free throws for Bryant.
Olivia's got to knock these down, and then Cascade has to hope to create a turnover.
Bryant 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 22 now for the senior. Cascade coming in looking for their first girls sectional crown in basketball in 11 years. South Putnam looking to make it back-to-back in 04 and 05. They won at least 20 games in each season, made the regional final each year. Last year was their first sectional crown since that time. Bryant goes 2 for 3. And Bigler tries to throw it off a Cascade player. Ruled she didn't. Ruled it never touched a Cascade player. Now, official from the back, going to talk about it and say, did it hit a Cascade player? The ruling is yes, it did. It'll be South Putnam ball. Tough to tell. We were actually closer than that official, and I couldn't really definitively tell you either way, to be honest with you.
I couldn't tell either.
And Bryant going to be called for a blocking foul, and that is her 5th foul. So the second of the Bryant sisters is fouled out. Olivia and Amelia, and Sophie as well. Amelia and Olivia combined for 38 points. What was looking like their final games at Cascade High School.
These two young sisters are champions in my mind. Regardless of the outcome of this game, she played like a champion, a leader, someone that a lot of youngsters can really look up to.
Stein to shoot two, and got it. Stein with 14, 4 threes and 2 free throws.
And this is the kind of leadership on the Eagles' end of things that they really needed. And Lily Stein really has stepped up tonight.
Horn mistakenly blew, with a player trying to sub in when Stein had the ball in her hands. Doesn't affect Stein. And the lead back to 11 with 64 seconds to play. And your best three-point shooter currently off the floor for Cascade. With Bryant fouling out, Parsons does not get the roll. Putback is good by Gibbs. Gibbs first basket.
Good follow by Gibbs. It may not be enough here.
Cascade not fouling yet. Stein into the front court. Parsons gives chase, knocks the ball loose. It remains South Putnam ball. 35 seconds left to play. Bigler. Nichols left alone. Nichols will shoot it. Hostetler will block it. But frankly, that's just more time that comes off the clock at this point for South Putnam.
That block doesn't mean that much at this point in time because South Putnam retains possession of the basketball.
Bigler all alone, able to get it.
No foul right now. They need to foul immediately. They're not doing it. This ball game's going to end up the Eagles pulling away with a repeat championship.
It appears that Cascade will not foul at this point. South Putnam will pick up their 19th win of the season. And for the second year in a row, they will claim the girls basketball sectional championship. Great effort from Cascade. They got it from 15 down to 1. But South Putnam claims the victory. South Putnam, your 2A Cascade sectional champions. We'll take this final timeout. Post-game show comes your way next as you're watching High School Hoops on the ISC Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Food, shelter, fast Wi-Fi. It's all we really need. Good thing Endeavor has the fast, reliable internet it takes to power all the Wi-Fi hungry gadgets in your home. All at once. With speeds up to 10 gig, get smooth HD streaming video, gaming, music, and surfing, all with no waiting, no buffering, no kidding. Call or click WeEndeavor.com and upgrade to Indiana's fastest internet today.
The Game Ball and Championship Trophy has been presented to the South Putnam Eagles, back-to-back sectional champions for the first time in 13 years. They're about to start cutting down the nets here at Cascade High School. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Walensky with you. Our privilege and pleasure to be with you here tonight for this sectional championship. South Putnam 19-5. Cascade ends their season at 12-13. Mike, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, I give credit to head coach Brian Gardner, his team's ability to repeat as sectional champions, and I really believe this team's on a roll. They lost last year the regional to Eastern Hancock 54-42, but Greg, they're capable of rolling through a regional and maybe getting it to a state championship if they put it together, and they did it with a bunch of 4 seniors who did a really exceptional job. But frankly, in this ball game, it was a sophomore, Alexis Vanderhill, who really stepped up her play. And the ability for them to play inside out was the key. That's why they're jumping around, winning this basketball game. They won the ball game inside the paint tonight.
Celebration time has kicked off here inside the gymnasium at Cascade and at South Putnam. And that second time you go back to regional, you've got so much more experience. This could be a fun Saturday a week from now. Certainly a fun Saturday today for the Eagles of South Putnam. Time now for our player of the game, and that goes to Alexis Vanderhill. 19 points to lead South Putnam. As big as those shots were, she had several keyboards in tonight's game.
She rebounded the basketball extremely well. Here you see her knock down a three. But, you know, one of the things that she did extremely well was playing defense. Her ability to defend on the ball was critical. As you take a look at her flying away that three, and the three-point shot came into play big for the Eagles as Vanderhill also attacked the rim, did a nice job.
Not only was Alexis our player of the game tonight, she also had our play of the game this evening. And as we mentioned, Cascade got it back to one on a couple of different occasions. It's about a 4-point game or so when Vanderhill had a key steal, drew a foul. Now, she didn't convert the three-point play, but really from this point on, South Putnam was never seriously challenged again.
No, and again, you give her credit for her ability to defend and make some things happen, and it takes a team effort to win a basketball game, and ultimately Cascade got into foul trouble, and the Bryant sisters fouled out, and they both had tremendous basketball games and fantastic careers.
Congratulations to the South Putnam Eagles, sectional champions for a second year in a row. They will play next Saturday at Speedway. Congratulations to our MTC Sports Network crew. A job well done on 2 different broadcasts in Hendricks County today. Cascade, a great effort. Their season ends at 12-13, but South Putnam gets the better of it this evening. Your final score from Cascade, 64-55. South Putnam, your sectional champions. We thank you for joining us for this 2A sectional championship broadcast right here on the ISC Sports Network.